Hello, this is Derek Allen. I want to start doing a video journal. I feel like journals can provide a lot of benefit to future posterity. I think it's good to know, who your ancestors were. Someday I'm going to be somebody's ancestor, which is kind of weird to think, but um, I and I believe that writing in a journal is really good because it helps you remember the good things that have happened day to day. When you talk about them, write about them, it just kind of solidifies it. Kind of lets you work out some things that that are in your mind. So I think personally, it's very beneficial, and this might be a write-only lane, but I think that also for your posterity, it's a really good thing. So I think I'm going to start doing video journals. Not in my car usually, but I'm usually thinking when I'm in my car. So that's what I'm doing right now. A little bit about me for my future. I am a mechanical engineer currently. I work for Fluor, Idaho, on the Idaho Cleanup Project, which is just west of Idaho Falls, out in the desert. I actually work in town in Idaho Falls, but I support work out at the desert, and it's a really fun project. I've been my main focus has been designing a robotic arm for the project, and it's been pretty cool. I could talk a long time about all that, but I'm sure I'll get plenty of opportunities to talk about it in the future. Right now, currently have 4 kids. Carly, she's 9. Luke is 7. Jake is 5. And Chloe is 2. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So I guess I should say the date. So today is March 12th of 2021. And we are in the middle of a pandemic. COVID-19 struck about a year ago, actually. A year ago, I was in Phoenix at a waste management symposium doing a presentation on the robotic arm and some of our LiDAR and virtual reality technology we had. I dragged my whole family down there, which was a really fun trip. But on the way back, COVID-19 really started breaking loose, and everybody was going nuts. And while we were driving back, people were calling us and telling us that the grocery stores were running out of food, and so we were kind of nervous because we hadn't been super good at having a food storage, which I guess you should say also. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we are taught that we should have a food storage, and we weren't being super obedient. We had hardly anything. We had a little bit, but not enough, and it was a little bit. The amount we had was enough to scare us. So we were nervous we were going to get back and not have enough food. So since then, we've actually really amped up our food storage. It's still not absolutely amazing, but it is way better than it was. So that feels good. It was a good thing that came of it. But a couple big things. So my Haley and I, really long story. Maybe I'll go into more detail about it later, but we kind of want to adopt a little girl from China named Camille. I believe she's 4 years old. She actually might be 5 years old now. We've known about her for a while now, and just China has pretty strict requirements that we just couldn't meet. You have to have a net worth of $80,000, and I've been out of school for a little while now, but we took out a mortgage that we hadn't paid much of it off. Couple loans on cars, and then so although we had a little bit of money in savings and a little bit of money in 401k, it was nowhere even near what we needed. And so you have to have a net worth of $80,000. The youngest child in your household has to be 3, and Chloe doesn't turn 3 until later this year, November time frame. And make sure that guy's not gonna run up the back of me. Okay, so 80,000, nobody younger than 3. and it costs between $20,000 to $30,000. So we failed in all three requirements. We just had our house refinanced. The housing market's going crazy, which is extremely unfortunate for most people. It's just prices are super high. I don't even know how anybody's affording to buy a house right now, honestly. At least a decent house, But because of that, we got our house refinanced last fall and rolled our solar panels into the mortgage. And basically, our house increased in value by $100,000, which is incredible. So that puts us, minus our car loans and our student loans, we're still not quite at $80,000. Actually, we might be. I'd have to look and see how much is in my 401k right now. I'm not 100% sure, but really close. So that's possible. I really do think we can get to where we have that much money, that much net worth, and then also the government is forking out tons of cash for a COVID relief package, which I feel really bad about my future posterity for. Somebody's gonna have to pay that back, and it's gonna be you guys through taxes. So I'm sorry that we didn't have our crap together, the United States as a whole, and but because of that, we're getting a bunch of money per child, and that alone is going to be close to $12,000, or maybe 11. I can't remember, somewhere around there. We haven't got it yet. Biden just passed it. President Biden. So anyways, that's going to help a ton. And then there's a couple extra paychecks each month. Our budget is based off of a 4-week pay period, and a couple months a year there's actually 5 weeks, so we get 5 paychecks, and that's just extra money that we haven't accounted for in all of our bills. And so that, if we apply that to our savings, I'm going to sell my motorcycle, Evangeline. I love Evangeline, but Camille's worth it. So I'm going to sell Evangeline. I'm going to sell my trike that I commuted to work on a little bit, and anything we get for a tax return we're going to save. So we're actually going to be really close, and that would be, it actually might be feasible. By the time Chloe turns 3, we might be in a financial situation to be able to get Camille, and that's what we're trying for. Which, if we can pull it off, it's going to be an absolute miracle. I don't know how. Not even a year ago, 6 months ago, I would have told you there's no way that we'd be ready by the end of this year. No way. And it actually may be possible. I don't know if Camille's still going to be around. We actually lost track of her. Where we found her through an adoption agency, and she got transferred adoption agencies. I don't really know exactly how that works, but she wasn't adopted. She was just, or whoever was in charge of trying to find a family for her changed or something. I don't know if I remember if I mentioned this either, but she has Down syndrome. So that's going to bring, that's going to be, obviously a child is a lifelong commitment, but a Down syndrome child is a life. I don't know if she will be able to ever move out. Maybe she will. I've heard sometimes they do, sometimes they can't. But anyways, we just feel like it would be the right thing. So we're going to try it. We're going to shoot for it. And I got COVID-19, and it kind of rocked me pretty good, actually. It didn't affect Haley hardly at all. Luke got pretty sick. I've kind of had a lingering neck ache and headache and a fake cough that just won't go away. It's been how long ago did I get it? Got it on my birthday. So February 10th. So it's been a month ago. And I still kind of feeling the consequences of it. Another thing about me, I absolutely love dogs, and Haley absolutely hates dogs. So we've had a couple dogs for a short period of time, but it didn't work out, and I am just as much to blame as Haley is, because I didn't do some things right, and I didn't realize how hard it was going to be for Haley, and we didn't have grass, and so the dogs were getting muddy every time they went to the bathroom, and there are just several things that didn't work out. But Rhett, just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, my brother Rhett just asked me if we would be interested in their dog S'mores, which is a mix between a Maltese and a Yorkie. And it's super cute. I mean, it's like a walking marshmallow. And I obviously am super interested. Haley actually is okay with it. We promised Carly we'd get a dog, so we're trying to follow through with that, but it is super hard, both financially, emotionally, and I don't think it's right for us to force it upon Haley if, emotionally it's going to be more than she can really handle. And that sounds weird, but for you who are animal lovers, you might be like, what the heck is wrong with that? That's how I was. I did not get it. But after talking with Haley and seeing how it affected her having dogs, I am way more understanding and way less pushy, and just, in fact, I asked her, like, so what do you think about this? But I did not push, and I will not push this on her at all, because I now understand and am much more patient with it. Anyways, that's in the works. Rhett and Tay actually I talked to Rhett today, and he just said they might not be super interested in, they're not 100% sold on the idea of getting rid of S'mores. I think they like him. They wanted an English Bulldog, but you get attached to pets, and they haven't had him for very long, so I don't think they're super attached. And I think there's a couple personality things that kind of bug them, especially Taya and Rhett. Rhett likes bigger dogs, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I am driving home from Idaho Falls. Just dropped off our tax return information to Alex Heiner, a high school friend of Haley, and then we are going to load up and drive out to Haley's parents, Shauna and Charlie, for some steak dinner. Also, we are watching Star Wars. We've watched the first one all the way through. We are now on episode 8. We just watched episode 7 last week. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. We went to see Haley and Jordan, my sister Haley and her husband Jordan, in Boise last weekend. So we didn't watch one last weekend, but we might watch that tonight too, because Carly loves it and is super excited. So so I'm just about ready to get home and pick up the kiddos and Haley and drive out to Rexburg. And I will give you an update on the dog and occasional updates on our finances with Camille, because that's honestly going to be a huge hurdle, and we're going to have to be 1,000 times better with our finances than we've ever been. We're going to have to really do some heavy lifting. Haley might even have to do some extra work, like FedEx. He told her to get a job with FedEx, kind of working at their warehouse in the morning, throwing boxes around. I don't know exactly what it'd be. I guess one last thing. I was on the news, which is exciting. I am a terrible interviewer. Jeez, so embarrassing. I noticed that I moved you'll probably notice this in my videos, but I move my upper lip really weird when I talk, and I kind of point it. And the sun was in my eyes, so I was squinting, and I stutter a lot when I talk, which I'm also sure you'll notice over the course of however long I keep up doing these videos. And anyways, it was embarrassing. So, but it came out, and it wasn't too bad. We had this haptic feedback control system for the robotic arm we designed. We just got, and I wrote an article about it that kind of kicked up a lot of interest, both in the Department of Energy and kind of just through several outlets, and then so a couple news stations reached out. So one of them was one from Pocatello, KBVI News, I think. Local news, Channel 6, Pocatello. So they did an article or a little thing on me, which is fun. It was cool. It's a rare experience. I'm probably not going to get much in my life. The other one was KBYU or KBYI, which is BYU Idaho's radio station. That one was really bad. I actually haven't heard it, but I was so nervous because I thought it was going to be live, and I can't exactly just freely talk about stuff. I'm kind of representing the project, representing Floor, representing myself, and I can't just blab on because there's things that aren't released to the public, and so I had to try to. I just was nervous I was going to botch it, and I was so nervous that being nervous made me botch it. I forgot to breathe when I was talking, so I after a while I realized my voice was getting really strained and I was talking a hard time, and then I realized I hadn't breathed. I don't know when the last time I had sucked air in was, and so I had to get the phone and flip it and go and then start talking again, and it was really bad. I'd be shocked if they even use it. I probably sound like I was going to die the whole time, but anyways, I am about home. We currently live in Rigby in Sherbrooke Estates, and I love it. I love the neighborhood. I wish winters weren't so bad. I love biking, and I wish I could bike year-round and ride my motorcycle year-round. But, like I said, housing prices are crazy, so that's probably... chances of us moving aren't very good. I'd have to get a substantial pay increase, which I'm already getting paid, honestly, probably better, more than I'm worth. And so we're kind of stuck. But I do like it, so I guess I can't complain too much. So, alrighty, that's all. Can't decide if I'm going to do it daily or weekly or yearly. I don't know. But yeah, until next time.